For Peter in 1994, leaving Beijing was the beginning of seeing the real China. He left the comparatively international capital and traveled into the country's deep interior, which had been little affected by outside influences and where it was rare to see a foreign face. This time around, of course, he will be seeing some of the dramatic changes China has undergone. As before, Peter will travel west from Beijing to the Taihang Mountains and across the plateau to his first goal, Mount Wutai.
I mean, it wasn't a vehicle bridge in 1994 either. The old trestle bridge here that now has an old freight train on it, and above it is another new high-speed train, I think from Beijing to Guangzhou. Behind it we could see there's a DTA, we can see the subway. So for just a minute, you could stand on the bridge, see the freight car, and the subway in the distance, and the high-speed train. It's amazing to me. Just an example of China's growth to me. There's a throwback to 1994 in that I couldn't give people a look at my camera, right? I couldn't show them the photograph. When I'm making photos, it's more with people. It's allowing them to see the work. It's allowing them to play. Then we move here, and the children, all with their red scarves, very, very cute, very, very colorful, move in front of the flag, and they are, again, singing, and now they are waving flags. And to me, this is it's very colorful, it's very joyful. I think it was very patriotic. A woman came up and gave me a flag in a very nice way, not like, here, you must wave a flag, just here, join the fun. So I'm very happy to have the experience. Who were very welcoming and wanted me to take their picture, and then the man came and he said, to give me your camera, I want to take your picture, right? So that I could have a picture of me with the group of children.
China today is paradoxically both ancient and in its prime. When visiting the same historic sites he did in 1994, Peter will see how they have changed and also how they have remained the same.
Bicycling for me is a feeling of freedom, of power. There's a nowness to bicycling. The physical power, bicycle, any machine that works well, it feels like an extension of me. In 1994, when we came here, we could just walk around. I mean, it was very open. There weren't fences. There were some signs, but it was not a place that many people came to. It was I was saying it was very nerdy, very geeky. It was just a dusty little museum with some fossils and some diagrams, but it was dark. In 1994, it wasn't covered, right? So the cave was much more open, and you could climb around inside.
A tooth belonging to a human ancestor who lived more than 200,000 years ago was discovered in a cave in Zhoukoudian in 1926. After that, fossils belonging to 40 individuals of the same species, named as Peking man, were unearthed.
Peking man is not only Peking, it's the human race. So I think that's part of what I like about science, is it kind of cuts through many cultural identities. That this 200,000-year-old fossil is part of human history. So that's, I see the commonality more so than anything. 再见北京人，拜拜见。The bicycle I'm riding now is specialized, very flexible for different kinds of road conditions. 加油! So I feel very, very fortunate to be empowered by this equipment. These little guys are very interesting. Hello. 你好，你好，你好。
哪里来？
我是外国人。你是？
我是云居寺工作的志愿者，需要我帮您介绍介绍。云居寺始建于隋末唐初，距今呢有1400多年的历史，占地面积达到77000多平米。
In 1994, I probably, read the literature and knew that. But for me, Buddhism is less of a religion and more of a practice, right? It's a way of living truthfully. My favorite part of Yunji Temple is the bell. And so the bell had no tower or house around it, or I also think there's a pretty good chance that I rang it many times. 钟。
这个钟是康熙年间。
So there's a whole field of metaphysics around vibrations and frequencies and how our own energy is related to the universe, and that chong, that vibration, to me, to feel it was very powerful.
After 27 years, Peter is photographing the same 900-year-old Yunji Temple North Pagoda he visited before. A moment's peace before setting off on his journey.
In Shirdu, it just rained and rained and rained for like 2 days. One of those bridges, I think it might have been the first bridge we went across, with the mountains and the mist and everything else, and we're in our raincoats. I recognize that as 28 years later, telling a story, riding on the same bridge. It's so great to see more of the Great Wall, Changjiang, that has been rebuilt, has been preserved. There's a village, there are people, you can hear the sheep, the birds. You start to understand the power of this great thing. And then the thinking behind it, right? This is It took 400 years to build all of this, right? Trying to keep the people in. It's amazing. I think probably 30 years ago, there was not much wall, right? Maybe the wall here was intact, but mostly it's just big piles of rubble. And people would use the stone for their homes and for their walls. It's good to see this respect for the past and the energy put back into it. I think it's important. I would hope people in the West would appreciate the history and the power this represents, that China's not some new rising phenomenon. Ooh, what a lucky man he was.谢谢啊。
哦，您好，
你好，
您好，欢迎光临星期六。
啊，谢谢。30年前我去过了这个地方。
30年前，
对。
哇，那也是故地重游了啊！欢迎再次光临星期林景区。
In 1994, the tomb was open, and we could go in the morning and watch and photograph. That morning in 1994, the light was beautiful. Even in my mind now, it is something very, very special, very precious. Just a moment. It's fantastic.
我带您，一起去。
啊，非常好。
My name is 纳伟。
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 满族人，当年祖先是守陵的。
OK。
好吧，那我带您走。
OK， 走吧。我的名字是 Peter。
我叫纳伟，是满族人，是守陵人的后代，祖先来这里守陵，到我这儿为止，已经是第9代人物了。
纳伟先生 he's very proud of this tradition and to protect the tomb. His oldest child is 16 years old. It's a boy, so he thinks his boy may want to do this. So I think that makes him feel proud.
"这个门和您30年前来的时候，
对，
是同一扇门，只是我们做了修理，看着跟新的一样。新的，对。曾经先祖，是守卫皇陵，为皇家来服务。那么现在我们呢，同样是，守护陵寝，但是更多的是为了，文物以及文化的传承和保护了。曾经这里呢，是完全开放的状态，就如，您当年来的时候一样，是没有任何约束的，但是现在呢，为了更好的保护这个文物，目前已经不允许客人随意出入了。
Of course, the turtle.
叫赑屃，长得像乌龟，这样一个神兽。这是2种碑。文字内容有4000多字，书写的是雍正的功劳啊，是乾隆为雍正皇帝撰写的。这个陵寝是清朝光绪皇帝的陵寝，光绪皇帝是清朝入关以后的第9位皇帝。皇帝修建这个建筑 和故宫相似，实际上是因为皇帝有视死如生的这样一个追求，就是去世以后要和活着的时候一样。活着的时候办公在故宫，那去世以后休息的场所和故宫长得就整体很像了。当时在这里有一堵墙，叫金刚墙。盗墓者是从上边挖下来，然后挖到底下，再继续往前挖了一个 U 字形的通道，从这里钻进地库里边去。
大，非常大。
光绪皇帝就长眠在这里了，旁边是他的皇后，孝定景皇后。这里就是一座地下的宫殿，地下宫殿。
I have my opinion about these things. It doesn't feel very spiritual to me. It always feels like ego. That people must see how powerful, how important I am. So I build this place.
After resting for the night in nearby Xiling town, Peter continues on his journey.
Yay! So I keep saying how much I need to ride if we're going to have me even look like I ride a Russian.
In 1994, when Peter journeyed through the countryside of Hebei, he captured striking portraits of people in a lively market. After 27 years, he knows that technology and higher living standards have made buying and selling in China today very different. But he still lingers in the market. He finds himself longing for the days when commerce involved less electronics and more face-to-face interaction.
Welcome to China.
Oh, did you see his face? Yes, I like markets very much. I like to see all the people and their day-to-day life. I like to see and meet people, but also, you know, some people, they want to interact and they say, you know, where am I from? Hello. Hello, how's all? 别的不说了，就说 hello. Hello. 别的不会。啊，你好，你好。啊，这个，我很喜欢。多少钱？
多少钱呢？2块20。2块。20，他会2块。
20有点贵。10块可以吗？10块，可以吗？
要啊，
可以吗？10块。
给你。
谢谢啊。
谢谢大老板哦。您大老板。这是我照顾你。
谢谢。你分。
我们。
非常好，谢谢啊。
Peter's electronic map shows he's close to completing the first stage of his ride. He's heading south along the side of the Taihang Mountains, the eastern edge of North China's Lurs Plateau. The Taihang Mountains have a unique significance in modern Chinese history as a revolutionary base area for the Communist 8th Route Army in its war of resistance against Japanese invasion. At the bottom of a valley surrounded by mountains, Peter comes to Boqiang village in Fanshi County. It will be his last stop before he takes on Mount Wutai.
I don't even think there was much of a village. I remember there was a Communist Party compound, a small compound, and I think some farming, but no museum, no stores, Bingguan, Fangtian, there's nothing. This is part of the way that China has grown, right? Is to create tourist spots for the countrymen to come and visit. Also a very strong Mao Zedong history. This is the 100th year anniversary. Hello.
Hello.
茄子。谢谢。Children are beautiful. Children are fun. For me, because I don't have children. because I think children, when you have children, children are both beautiful and wonderful and fun and a lot of work. So for me, I am like everyone's shufu.
Hill.
Tail.
Oh, it's tail.
Yeah. 看，你们是多大了？多大了？
多大了
你们认识这个歌《东方红》？东方红，太阳上，多难难毛在头，还有人幸福而黑。So I asked them, ask me questions in English, and the best question was, do you like hamburgers? That's great. 谢谢，我很高兴认识你。
Mount Wutai is one of the 4 sacred mountains of Chinese Buddhism. And Peter has long wanted to cycle to the top of one of its 5 flat-topped peaks. The east peak, called Wanghai Feng, has an elevation of 2,795 meters. On the way up, the wind gets stronger and the temperature drops.
Riding Wutai Shan was a big deal in 1994. I had a much bigger bike, not this beauty.
If I had a hammer,
You know those moments, you listen to the water. My older brother, Gordon, who passed away 18 years ago, lived in the mountains in Colorado, and when I used to drive with him, we'd drive over a bridge or come to a stream like this, and he would just stop and roll down the windows and just say, listen, just listen to nature, listen to life. All of these trees, I think, have been planted since 1994, right? See how they are.
all over this land, I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out a warning, I'd ring out love.
I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh, all over this land.
I'd sing it in the morning.
I don't want to get cold just standing here either. That's great. You can rent a big warm coat. Okay, Zuma! I'm gonna push it. It gets a little flatter.
Riding long distances day after day is tiring for anyone, not least for a man in his 60s like Peter.
It's like starting over.
Making it to the top will be a stern challenge.
Even my duck is tired.
Now Peter is not so sure if he can complete the climb.
Yeah.
It's the first time on the trip that he is really feeling his age. With increasing altitude, the air gets thinner and he starts to flag.
It's the bell of freedom. It's the song about love between my brothers and my sisters. Oh.